Hi guys, I'm sort of near the coast today. I'm not right on the edge of the coast, but I'm on like a tidal salt marsh. So at the moment the tide's out quite a way, which is fine, and we've got some Essex mud flats here. And I've got here pre-dawn, so set up nice and early, and I'm shooting a sunrise. And I love sunrises. I think there's a nice quality of light to a sunrise. It's a little bit clearer than maybe a sunset sometimes, and also you've got the rest of the day, haven't you, to take more pictures, which is great. And because I'm on a fairly flat location, a good sky is important. So I've timed it for a nice sunrise, and it's not been a bad one, not the best one ever, but pretty good. And if you look, I'll move around here, you can see I've got some really nice, boats in the foreground, so that fills up that foreground area. Then I've got a little river leading me into the through the midground, and I've got a nice sky in the background. And also, as the sun's starting to pop up a little bit, you're starting to get a nice little bit of light on that mud. So although it's mud's, you know, not that photogenic, in the right conditions it can be fine, because we've got this lovely reflected light coming off the mud now. So it's good. I think compositionally it's okay. We've got a nice foreground, strong foreground, a good leading line taking us through the midground, and then we've got a high horizon about on rule of thirds with a decent sky. And I think it's all working quite nicely. It's not going to be an award-winning shot, but I think it's quite nice. And you know, to be out here on my own with nobody else around, just not the camera, but I've already got the shot, so that's okay. It's fantastic. I just love being out early. It's just, and I don't know if you can hear, we've got geese in the background. This is a great sort of wild Essex location, and I'm going to spend the rest of the day just revisiting some locations that I haven't been to for a while, because I've been photographing Essex for years, because I've got a new workshop along the Essex coast, photography workshop coming up. So it's been a great morning so far. I'm going to keep shooting for a little while. I'm going to move around, and over that side there's an old ruined, I don't know, I think it used to be sort of a boat making shed. So I'm going to photograph that as well, with hopefully some really lovely early morning light on it. Camera settings wise, I'm on f11. I focused a third of the way into the picture to give me a nice big depth of field, and I'm keeping an eye on my histogram to make sure I don't overexpose the sky. And I've also got a graduated filter just to tone the sky down a little bit. So all in all, it's a really nice little location, I think. And I'm going to move round in a minute. I've got my Wellingtons on because it's very muddy here, so always be prepared. And the other thing is as well, when you're shooting a sunrise or a sunset, it takes a while to get set up, and the worst thing you can do is be rushing around. So I always get somewhere, if I'm doing sort of something that's time critical, at least half an hour beforehand, so I can have a good wander around, look at my composition, but also so I'm not fiddling with filters or camera settings. I can be nice and relaxed, because I think if you're relaxed you take better pictures. So that's it for now. I may well do a little bit more vlogging from around the other side. If not, I'll catch up with you probably later on in the day. I'm going to go and visit a forest and some more coastal locations. So I think that's it for the moment. Bye for now, guys. So I've just moved around to the side a little bit before I go right the way round to the front of this. But if you look on the left, my left-hand side, yeah, my left-hand side, you can see this big boat shed, and there's some really lovely light just coming around the side of it. So I'm going to shoot one more composition here with the boats in the foreground, the river still sort of curving around, a nice sky, and then that boat shed sort of framing the left-hand side, my left-hand side of the frame. And then I'm going to move around, because I want to move around to the front of that boat shed, because there's some lovely light on it. So again, speak to you soon, guys. Right, hi all. So I've moved around, and as you can see, I've got the shed in the background now. But first of all, I'm shooting across this way because I've got the sun right behind me, and as it's so low in the sky, I don't want to cast my shadow onto the foreground. And in any case, if you look, I don't know if you can see, but I've got a really nice little array of boats again, and then I've got a really old wrecked boat in the background, so it looks nice. And at the moment, just because the sun has just popped above the horizon, we've got this really warm, beautiful quality of light, so these boats are just glowing. And not only that, but because the mud's wet, we're getting reflections off the boats, especially that white one reflecting in the wet mud, so it's looking fantastic. The conditions are just absolutely brilliant. It's a stunning morning. So I've had a reasonably good sunrise, and now I've got this really low, warm winter sunlight, and it's making this location glow. I just love it. So I'm going to shoot this scene, and then I'm going to try and find an angle where I can keep myself and my tripod's shadow out the shot, because I want to get a shot of this boat with sort of some leading lines in the mud leading up to this old wreck for my third shot of the morning. And to get 3 different shots in one little location is great. So this has been a fantastic morning, really enjoying it, and I'm going to just keep shooting now. I reckon I've got about, I don't know, 20-25 minutes of really beautiful quality of light, and then after that I'm going to pack up and probably go to a forest for a little while after that, I think. So yeah, all being well, I'll speak to you later on again today. If not, I'll speak to you soon, guys. Right, hi all. It's getting towards the end of the afternoon, and I've had a brilliant day's photography. The light's been great almost all day. Had a bit of cloud for about an hour during the middle of the day, but to be honest, I probably wouldn't have been shooting in anyway, even though it's winter time and the sun's still low in the sky all day. But fact of the matter is, my best shots were this morning. And the thing about landscape photography is you can plan your shoots. Excuse the noise of the road in the background now, but I'm back at the car park now. So the thing is, by looking at the forecast, I know that obviously by looking at that forecast, the light was going to be good in the morning, and the forecast is for it to cloud over a bit this afternoon and go a bit hazy. So that means I can plan my shoot, and I'm sure I don't have to say this to any of you guys, but the beauty of landscape photography is you've got that bit of control over it. By looking at the forecast, and they're not always right, are they? But by looking at it about 10-12 hours before you want to go out, they're not too bad, and today's been pretty accurate. So that means I can pre-plan what I'm going to do, where I'm going to be, and that's the beauty of landscape photography, as opposed to wildlife photography where you're just hoping for the wildlife to turn up. So my best shots this morning, I had a reasonably nice sunrise, lovely golden light, and obviously I'm going to put those pictures that I took this morning on the end of this vlog. This afternoon I've still got some nice shots. I went right out onto the salt marshes through some little footpaths, and I got some nice pictures. And to be honest, I'll probably come back to that area again for another sunrise when that light's really golden again. So I've had a great day from a photography point of view, but also a great day from a location planning point of view. So I've got a few more locations earmarked that I can go back and shoot. So I think, you know, with landscapes, it's about that pre-planning and making the most of your shoot and shooting at the right times. Now, there's nothing wrong, obviously, with shooting when it's cloudy. You just have to match the right subjects to the right lighting conditions. And there should be a link coming up above me at the moment for a vlog I shot on the Norfolk coast when it was cloudy, so I did moving water. So there's lots of things you can do when the lights, you haven't got this sort of low directional sunlight. But for today, with these big landscapes and big skies and open areas, having good light was important. So that's why I came here today. So that's about it really. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you have enjoyed it and you've not already subscribed, if you can consider subscribing, that would be great. And also, if you have liked this vlog, if you can press the little thumb icon, that will be great. It really helps. And aside from that, thanks for watching and listening. All that remains is for me to have tea and chocolate before I head for home. So I think that's about it. Bye for now, and I'll speak to you soon, guys. you.